See, India was one of the very few countries which was assisting Syria, not just through medical aid, but providing scholarships to students there, and has always advocated for a peace resolution in Syria. And even in past, in 2021, during one of the UNSC speech, the Indian envoy there had mentioned that we should lift sanctions on Syria during the peak of COVID. Now, as far as Indians are concerned, there are around 19 civilians there, and there are many more who are working with international agencies like UN and all, and that is why the Indian External Affairs Ministry as well as the embassy there in Damascus has issued this advisory that our embassy is working there, is operational there, and people can get in touch with them. But an earlier advisory had also suggested that you should leave by the earliest. Now, getting back to the situation in Syria right now, it's very fluid, not just because the Assad regime has fallen, but there are areas in Syria, regions in Syria, which is being controlled by different rebel groups who have conflict among each other. And also, Israel has jumped into this conflict by yet occupying another part of Syria near the border of Israel and Syria. Israeli army has got into the Mount Hermon side of Syria and they have occupied it. And there are also reports that Israel has been targeting their consulate, their foreign office, as well as other research centers, which was believed to be the centers where Iran and Syria were working on nuclear weapons, as per the Israeli media reports. So the situation right now is very fluid, and major international players and stakeholders in Middle East, as well as countries like US, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, and all are keeping a close watch to see that whether the transition from Assad to a new regime, how much smooth it will be, and the rebel group HTS led by Mr. Jolani, who was also a designated terrorist by US in the past, whether he will change his way, as he's claiming that he will allow the minorities to flourish, there will be no persecution. Because last time when the rebel happened back in 2011, and then these groups like Al-Qaeda and ISIS were very flourishing there in that region, they were persecuting the minorities as well. But this will have to be seen that who takes the charge in Syria and what other international players, whether they continue the sanction against Syria or not, and who will start the diplomatic talks and channels with the new regime over there.